Okay, we're going to do our first flow. We've got quite a few things that we need. I've got a couple of towels here that I can roll up. I've got a smaller one and a larger one. I've got a yoga block. I've got a light band, long band, a small dumbbell, small weight, and a light loop mini band. Okay, so we're going to start on the floor with some breathing. The way I want you to set this up is I want the large towel to go under your shoulder blades, and the smaller towel is going to go underneath your neck to kind of support the neck and head. So we're going to go ahead and get that set up. So under my shoulder blades, and then this shorter towel to kind of support the head. What this does is it kind of opens up the chest here. I want to pull the ribs down in order to protect the spine and also to create space. We're going to create space and breathe into our abdomen. So big inhale, expand the chest, and then exhale the ribs down. We're going to take 8 breaths here. So big inhale, exhale, inhale through the nose, exhale. Really focus on keeping the ribs down here and breathing into the abdominal cavity of the chest. Let's do 3 more breaths. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. Expand that chest. Exhale through the mouth. One more. Big inhale. Exhale. Okay, now we're going to move to something a little bit more dynamic. We can move these towels off the mat. So we're going to get our heels up against, or our toes up against the wall here. And we're going to start in a bear position. And then we're going to move to a down dog position. So we're going to come in, inhale, exhale, inhale, bear, exhale, down dog, inhale, bear, exhale, down dog. Give me 2 more. Right. We're going to take our mini band. That's going to go around the knees. So get that mini band kind of up just above the knee. Okay, we're going to use the wall here again. Standing on one leg, we're going to put the other foot behind us on the wall, about 90 degrees, knees and hips. So we're kind of in this hinged over position. We're going to do some airplanes. So we're going to reach down, gliding that hip back, shifting it up and back, and then the other way. Okay, it goes down, and we're just putting a little pressure on that band on our knees. Inhale, glide the hip back, exhale, glide the hip down. So we're going up Really activating those glutes. Okay, we're going to do it on the other side as well. Okay, so inhale, hip goes back and up. Exhale, it comes down. We rotate and expand. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, down and turn towards us. One to two more here. Really feel the stretch in the back of that hip and glute as it's working. All right, good. You can take the band off. And now we're going to move into a little more kind of strengthening exercises. So we're going to use our yoga block. We're going to place it between the knees and squeeze. Okay, getting into a glute bridge position. So my heels are about a foot away from my butt. Full foot on the floor, toes pointing forward, squeezing that block, tucking those hips under, bridge. We're going to do 10 slow bridges. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we can let that go. We're going to do our diagonal band pull-aparts next. We can do these standing, or if you prefer to lay on the ground, you can do them laying down. But the idea here is the band is about shoulder width apart, arms straight out, and we're going to pull down and across, up and across, bring that band to the chest. Okay, so here to here. I want to do 8 on one side. Trying not to flare the ribs, try to keep the ribs stable, but keep those shoulder blades kind of pinned back and down. Good. 3 more on this side. 6, 7, 8. Now we'll switch and do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Last thing in this sequence, we're going to use our yoga block again, and we're going to use our light dumbbell. So the yoga block is just going to be to press against the wall. So we've got my knee pushing against the yoga block, pushing against the wall. I'm going to stack my ribs over my hips, bring that rib cage down. We're going to start up and across, and we're going to slowly chop down, getting a nice rotation. Breathe in, breathe out, chop. Breathe in, breathe out, chop. We're going to do 6 on each side. Breathe in, breathe out, chop. Breathe in, out, chop. 2 more. Breathe in, out, chop. In, out, chop. We're gonna switch sides. If the weight is too much, do it without the weight. You can also shorten that lever and just pull those elbows in. So, hard to see from this angle, but if I keep my lever short, okay, breathe in, breathe out, chop. That's going to emphasize the rotation without putting too much on the shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out, chop. Breathe in, breathe out. Make sure those ribs stay stacked over the hips, pushing that knee into the block, down, chop. So that's helping us keep those ribs, those hips square. Breathe in, breathe out, chop. Breathe in, breathe out, chop. Last one. In, out. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna go through that sequence one more time, starting with the glute bridges with the squeeze. So again, we want our feet about a foot from our butts. We want to squeeze that block between the knees, point those toes forward. Okay, hands can be on the floor or on the hips. Tuck those hips under, drive through the heels, push up, squeezing that block. 2, 3, 4, we're really emphasizing the back of the legs here and hamstrings. 5, we're trying not to bring that low back into it. 6, so that's why we're tucking those hips under at the start. Bridging. 7, so we push that low back into the floor, tuck, bridge. 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we'll do those band pull aparts again. I'll do them lying down this time, and this will help kind of get those shoulder blades packed into the floor, kind of keeping them on the rib cage. Let's go 8 on one side, so diagonal across. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go to the other side. 1. So coming diagonal across, bringing that band down to the chest. 2, up to center. 3, keeping those elbows extended. 4, those wrists are stacked over the shoulders and then they pull away. 5, 6, you can feel those shoulder blades coming together in the back. 7, last one. 8. Okay, and then finally, we'll finish with our chops. So again, we want that block against the wall, pushing that knee into the block, squaring the hips forward, keeping those ribs stacked over the hips so we don't pull that chest up or hunch it too far. Start up and across, breathe in, breathe out, chop. 1, in, chop. 2, in, down, out. 3, 4, keep pushing that knee into the block. 5, good rotation. In, chop. 6, let's do the other side. So again, push into that block, square those hips ahead. In, Rotate down across, chop, turning the spine but not the ribs, or not the hips. In, down, chop, up, in. This is 3. Let's go to 6, 4, 5, last one, 6. Good. Okay, we're gonna finish with some 90-90 breathing on the wall. So we're gonna get close enough that our knees, our shins are parallel to the floor. Knees are at 90, hips are at 90, okay? So get nice and close to that wall. Put those feet up high enough that the knees are at 90, the hips are also at 90 degrees. Okay, those hands can go here, here, wherever feels comfortable. Drag those heels down the wall slightly, or drag the toes down the wall slightly, don't lift. Push that low back into the floor. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Sigh and exhale through the mouth. Slide those ribs down, keep them down. Inhale through the nose and then exhale out the mouth. We're going to do 3 more breaths here. Last one. If you wish to stay here longer, you can. You can open that chest, put the hands out wide or even up into a Y position, taking additional breaths as needed. And when you're ready, bring those feet off the floor, roll to one side, and make your way up. And you can do any additional stretches or breathing exercises that you wish.